What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? You know what time it is. You either get right or you get left. Welcome to the Benediction. Hey, it's been a long time coming since we've been to this, but right now, after the way that tonight went, hey, gotta bring it back up, man. I hate to do it this way, but this is just what it is. So, ladies and gentlemen, the Falcons fall 24-7 at this time. I can't do nothing but chuckle at this point. That's all I can do is chuckle at this point. It's hilarious. And all you can do is just sit back and just say, well, damn, this was one of the worst things that could have happened. This was one of the worst things that could have happened to the Falcons. Let's just keep it a buck. And really getting embarrassed at home the way that you did, somebody better call Tyrone. I'm just saying, somebody better call Tyrone. Because that was just not good. But you know what? There's still a lot of hope. It's just the first game. And let's just be honest. Folks left halftime. Folks really just didn't stay. But I got to give Jack Strand his credit because no injuries. That was a positive out of this ball game. Jack Strand pretty much showed that he can throw the ball. Got to get a little bit better at it. Just going to be honest. I like him. But that last pass was a walk-in touchdown. Should have had a little bit of air up under it, but I've been saying this. We brought Cooper Rush in for what? Experience? Cooper Rush is just straight. That's just what he is. He smells just like that. He stinks. So at this point, can we just go ahead and cut him? I'm sorry. I'd rather just let the young buck just ride it on out and learn because let's be real. He's not going to get starting time this year. That's going to be Tua and Penix. Tua and Penix at this point. So I dropped the chat and I dropped the link in the chat. I'm going to do the same over here on X for those who are watching. We definitely appreciate y'all for tapping in with us tonight. I've invited a couple of folks to come through because I want to hear what your takes are on this. We got to see Cash Jones. We got to see the young defensive players that were in this. The Falcons just look bad tonight. Period. They look bad. You know, and I have no problem with saying it, but here's my thing. First game at home, you might have a chance, but it's just what it is, man. So, as expected, I already knew you was finna pop in. Pretty much like a phantom in the night. What's good, man? You on mute.
What's up? What's good? I'm just trying to head back to the house. I left a little early, trying to get back home because I got to work in the morning. But we got a lot to work on. It looked like we were just going through the motions at training camp. So, but
I ain't even gonna say that, K-Dub. And the
reason I seen a couple bright spots.
I say that is because we didn't even see a lot of the true starters playing, and they're just really trying to get these guys to see what these backups are gonna be. Who's going to be able to do what? Like, I kind of expected it. I thought it would have been a better showing, but, you know, like we say, bro, it's just what it is at this point, man. With you watching the ball game and looking at some of the stuff that you looked at tonight, what did you take from it, and how did you feel about I'm sorry, I'm laughing because we signed Cooper Rush, and remember we said this in the chat. He said that was one of the worst signings of a free agent. I don't care if he is a vet. It's a reason he gets passed around the league like that.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like he needs. I know we need camp bodies, but I feel like he needs to be cut and bring in another quarterback. I did not like what I seen from Cooper Rush. I feel like he's taking snaps away from Jack Strand. Jack Strand looks like he needs to be a third quarterback. I mean, just one preseason game. I mean, you got to evaluate him after all games. But I like what I seen from the guy. And I think they should carry him as a third quarterback unless they bring in some other quarterbacks they want to look at, possibly on the waiver wire or something of that nature.
I'm gonna be 100 with you. Strand, and before I get this out, shout out to We Talk Hawks TV, our boys Damon and all those cats over there, Foot, my man Mike. You know, got to give those boys a shout out over there. They do the damn thing. If y'all want great Hawks content, please go ahead and check. What's up, Matt? Over there with those guys. But I'll say this, man. Cooper Rush is a dude that I wouldn't even trusted to go to the store with $1.25 to bring me back a honey bun and a quart of juice. Just to be honest with you, bro. I'm just being honest because he's a guy that you literally can't trust in a tight squeeze. But Jack Strand, I expected him to make mistakes because he's a true rookie. You get what I'm saying? But when you look at some of the throws that he was making today, I just be honest with you on that, bro. Think about it, K-Dub.
Yeah.
He was putting stuff in tight windows. Yes, he made a couple of bad throws. That was expected. But some of the throws where he had rhythm, he was hitting Nick Muse. He hit Joshua Simon. You saw the play that he flipped it to Cash Jones when he got into trouble. And you really saw the decision-making is, even if he's going to mess up, he's going to pull the trigger with no hesitation.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen a lot from it. Like I'm saying, I think I don't think he says he's going to play the starters in week 2.
Yeah.
I think he says he's going to play in week 1 and week 3. So I think they should start out the game with Jack Strand. I want to see more of what this kid has in this week 2 matchup with the Colts. So I just feel like they needed. I'm glad that he played the starters because if it was Raheem, he wouldn't have seen all these warts until week 1 because he doesn't play as starter. So, I mean, it's tough to ride this far to see them not only score number 1 touchdown, but I know it's preseason and it's still work to be done and work to do. So, I mean, I'm gonna keep an open mindset and stay positive and let's go forward with it.
So I say this, man. Shout out to the Broncos fans that's tapping in with us or whatnot. Definitely appreciate the support. Y'all hit that like and subscribe button. Hey, the Benediction is open. I dropped the links. So if you guys want to come in here and talk and chat with us, it's open. Come on in. We're just starting off, but we definitely are opening this up for everybody because, hey, you've had training camp, you've had the offseason. Now we got to get back into the swing of things. Hopefully we don't have too many more sessions like this, but let's get to it. Demond says Cooper Rush looked like he just didn't give a F. Just bad reads from Rush. How long that bum been in the league? 9 years, Demond. 9 years he's been in the league. Shout out to JGP Jr. 6497 checking in. Appreciate you, my guy, for tapping in. Jay Dixon, what it do? Tua was out there throwing like Brucey from the longest yard. Yeah, he did. I'm not gonna lie, he did, but but it's what it is.
But I mean, that's what he was doing in practice, though. He was out there fumbling in practice when I was out there Saturday Night Lights. When I was at Saturday Night Lights, it was fumbling. So the first drive, it just carried over. That's what he was practicing, how to fumble. I mean, so it didn't surprise me that Tua didn't look good, man. I mean, if he comes out there, in week 3 looking like that, I mean, I don't see where he's going to get playing time. You can't put that guy out there who's going to play like that.
So, Demond, Denver actually is a good team. I said this at halftime, and I know you probably wasn't here. They brought back majority of their roster from last year, backups included. So they have a team that's rotated and played a lot of football together. And they're a good team. Hell, they're a Super Bowl contender quietly as we sit back and talk. They were in the AFC Championship game last year. So not much has fallen off with the Denver Broncos. What's going on, Josh? Jay Holland, he says, I hope Josh Simon makes the roster. Yeah, Josh Simon made a lot of critical blocks, made a couple of plays today. And we got Dirty Bird Mills, 67. He said, just wanted to see some improvement tonight. The only thing I saw seen improve was the kicking game. I know it's early, but we should have had a better showing. I'm not going to put that much on because this is Kevin Stefanski's first game with a team that he doesn't know. Y'all gotta temper the expectations. Now by week 1, I expect that we should have a little bit more of a rhythm. That's just me.
And then we're going against a team that has a lot of continuity with their coaching staff.
Exactly.
And the players they brought in. But I said that last night on the BirdCage that I didn't like our twos at all anyway. I'm just saying, I think we have solid ones, but our twos especially in certain positions are not as good as they should be at right now. And starting with the offensive line, that right side was getting pushed around we got a lot of work to do, man. I mean, I just really feel like they're gonna maybe have to hit that waiver wire, maybe bring in some different bodies, mix and match. They gotta do some. We gotta. It's some guys that we need on this roster that we don't have. So, like you said, a lot of the starters didn't play. Stefanski's gonna keep it really vanilla. I don't think they really want to open up and show anybody anything until like week 1. So here we go. But I'm interested to see. But you know, we had a we got a tough draw. We got a tough draw this first week 1 preseason game. So it's not like we was going against a pushover team. So it's a good tough test. You know, Sean Payton wants to run a score up on us. He doesn't like the Falcons, you know, with his time being in New Orleans. So that's what we got to deal with. Let's get ready to go for this let's go to this inter squad training camp. Inter squad practices up here with Indianapolis, and let's try to turn it around, man. Let's try to get it to 1-1. That's all we can hope for.
And the biggest thing that you have to talk about at this point, and this is just the honest to God truth, you got to talk about the fact that Goodson is going to probably end up being running back 3 after what I saw tonight, K-Dub, just to be honest. Yeah. Goodson actually played a little bit better than your boy Carter. And then Trey Sermon really didn't get too much burn tonight. I think they're going to keep him, but it's Goodson going to make this squad, bro. I see that coming now. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see Goodson. I seen a lot of him today. He looked pretty good. But I was telling you last night that Carter just wasn't impressing me when I wasn't out there for the whole 10 days of camp, but I went out there a few days. I just, he just didn't catch my eye, and stand out to me. So, with Goodson, I can see him making it. I can see him making that 3rd spot, or if they play more of Cash Jones, because he gets a lot of burn out there. So, I seen him get out there today. But I expect to see a lot more Cash Jones probably in this next preseason game. So we'll evaluate him even heavier and harder.
Hey, Damon, I can't say that, man. They not like the Hawks, bro. At least the Hawks will get better at that point. See, we going to be brutally honest right now. That offense right now with the backups, they just stunk tonight. We got to see what it looks like when we have the true starters in. That's when I'm going to pass my judgment. I can't pass judgment on some of these guys that aren't going to be here this year. It's going to be a lot of these boys that get cut. A lot of these dudes that's getting ready to get cut. So, again, some of these guys are just making really just making footage for themselves.
Yeah, see, in basketball, just because they, follow basketball, you're going to cut some guys. You don't bring so many guys into training camp in basketball. You have your summer league squad and so what. But in football, you got to get that thing down to that 53. It's hard cuts, hard decisions, and just tough decisions to be made on some guys. Some guys you may cut that you probably should have kept, and they may go on to another team and surprise you. So, I mean, it's just one of the things about football. You got a hard cut down, and it's a lot of guys that won't be here that you think may be here.
Got to give a shout out to a swamp rat that I know, one of my guys. He good people or whatever, but he a swamp rat and he's a Gator. Shout out to Florida Ray that's on X that watches the show, that tunes in. Shout out to him and whatnot. He does reshare the spots. That's one of my guys. We're gonna be when we play New Orleans this year, he will be coming in here because we're gonna have a Saints versus Falcons up in this joint this offseason. We got a couple of them swamp rats we're gonna bring up in here. Well, the only hospitality we showing them is pretty much a broom between their hip pockets at this point. That's how I'm looking at it. But man, I'll say this, man. Well, I agree with you, Brent, because we were talking about it. Jeff Ulbrich was playing a base defense pretty much tonight. That's really all he was playing. Wasn't nothing extravagant, wasn't nothing pretty, wasn't nothing really complicated at that point. You know what I'm saying?
He wanted to keep it. He wants to keep it simple. There. He wanted to keep it simple because, you're playing with a lot of young guys, and you want to keep it where they can just go out there and fly around and play. I mean, once they make the team, then they can get complex and then get innovative and creative out there on the defensive side of football.
Mm-hmm. That's pretty much what it is at this point. And I'm just laughing right now when we sit back and we talking about it. But all I can say is at this point, I just know it's early in the season. I'm not panicking. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. This is preseason, man. This is preseason. That's a good thing. That's a good thing about it. It's preseason. But I want the key thing is he played some starts. You want to see what a Tua gonna do in a preseason game that he's gonna fumble on the first series. You want to see that because you don't want to see that in week one. So you want to be able to see what you need to be working on, and that's handoffs and quarterback exchanging from center to quarterback because he had the same problems just last Saturday at Saturday Night Lights. So I'm like, that's a problem. That's too many fumbles I done seen. That's a major problem. But
here's the thing, though. It's a major problem, and I agree with y'all on that. But I'll tell you the one thing that's getting ready that's probably not gonna happen. He's still starting first game of the season, and my thing is at this point, I would rather this fool have these doggone fumbles now opposed to week one.
But that's what I'm trying to get at. But that's what I'm trying to get at. He was placed out there today so we can see that, and then they can go ahead and try to go and correct that. So.
My thing is, I'm not turning out the lights. What's going on, Miss Linda? Shout out to Miss Linda. She said we say it's every preseason, every year. She said it's turning to the regular season. Hey, I can't do nothing but laugh, man. At this point, like, damn.
Hey, look, I mean, hey, look. Well, Miss Linda, let's sound the alarm bells. Then we got major problems at Flowery Branch. So, I mean, we can go either way. We can go either way with it. But the key thing is,
Miss Linda, you know I love you. Miss Linda, I got love for you and I love you, but I got to hit you with the BS meter. I'm telling you, I'm hitting folks with the BS meter this year. If you hear it anywhere else, they got it from us because we starting this up. That's BS. I can't do it. No. It's early. Y'all got to get out your feelings right now. It's okay.
Yeah,
when we get into the season and if we see this with the starters, then you hit the panic alarm. Right now, these camp bodies, man. These jokers.
Our fan base got PTSD, man. You should have seen us at the Benz, man. We looking dumbfounded. Man can't turn around. You can't turn sugar. You can't turn water to wine overnight. Now you gotta get a chance to get it in and work that thing.
I can't do it, but here's the thing though. The first day we get a win this season or whatnot, you finna hear everybody talking Super Bowl and all this mess, and you gonna be hyping that mess up. You gonna be saying, hey, they got this thing together. You know, you gonna have them people in a frenzy this year.
I'm taking this
every year we do this. That's why I'm laughing.
What I'm saying is, last year I was overly excited. They did a great job of hyping us up.
Yeah,
they didn't have no substance. But this year I'm taking it. I'm not saying we win the Super Bowl. I'm just saying I'm just taking it. See how it goes because I know it's a new staff, new concepts, new playbook. These guys got to go through the rigmarole. They got to go through it. But I like the direction they're going in because of some of the changes they made, but I gotta see results on the field. We have to figure out what they're gonna do with that quarterback position. But what I have seen from Tua, based off just not name alone.
You've been waiting to do this shit. You've been waiting to do this, man. I know you. Look, I know you've been waiting to jump on this joker. Go ahead and get him.
Jump on who? Who, Tua? I ain't trying to jump on Tua. Man, I need you to play up the part, man. You're gonna be out here starting.
Oh Lord. I'm sorry if I'm laughing so hard, K-Dub, with this, but I already know what the deal's gonna be. Hold up, man. We got a special guest coming into the building, man. It's been a long time coming, and I got to give him some intro music or whatnot. Coming into the building, I can't give him a hand clap. My partner, Mr. Larry Dixon of the Dixon Way.
Larry!
What's going on, fellas?
Hey,
What up, man?
What's
Good
up,
meeting K
Larry?
Dub at the get together, man. Good meeting you, brother.
Yeah, man. Good to see you, Larry. Good to meet you. We're gonna
Yep,
see
yep,
each other again.
yeah. Yeah. First preseason game. First preseason game. Do y'all hey, put up the names. Put up the name. There you go. Pooper Rush.
hold
Get
on,
Pooper
Larry.
Rush
Before
up
you
out
get
of here,
into
bro.
it, I got a soundbite for you because I know what's getting ready to happen. Hey, y'all, this is for my dog Larry before he start cooking. Here you go.
I know you're gonna dig this.
Go ahead, Larry, because you about to cook.
Man, Pooper Rush need to get up out of there, bro. Like, see, these are the things I was telling Falcon fans. These guys are camp bodies. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We should not be stressing over camp bodies. I know a lot of people are crashing out on Twitter right now. Pooper Rush is a camp body. A very bad camp body is that. But the thing is, with both our quarterbacks being injury prone, we need 4 quarterbacks on the roster in preseason just to buffer that. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, one thing I can say, the penalties or a lack of discipline. Those are type of things you can look at and be like, okay, we need to correct this. All right. We can't be undisciplined and it wasn't just the third stringers and second stringers. All right.
Mm-mm.
Right tackle was getting whooped.
I said that right side was getting pushed around.
But they
Right
started
side
a,
was
but
getting
Larry,
whooped. First
but Larry,
string,
but
second
here's the
string,
thing: they
third
started a
string, any
rookie
string.
at that right tackle though, and that kid out of Ohio State.
And that's
That
what
was
I'm
who they
saying. Like,
started.
yeah, look, he wasn't
Yeah.
ready. I'm not
No, he
ready.
wasn't.
I'm not ready.
Yeah,
And you know what?
ready.
I'm not ready. I'm not. And it showed Tua was looking like this, and seeing them ghosts because he know that's a rookie over there. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, Pooper Rush, yeah, bro, adopted. He ain't gonna be here long anyway, so Pooper Rush it is. I mean, that's just what it is.
Jesus.
But yeah, that pick 6 was disgusting. I had people in my chat, praising Jack Strand. But then I looked, I was like, guys, Jack Strand's just a camp body also, guys. Like, I'm not going to get overhyped about him. He scored off a tush push. He couldn't throw the ball past 10 yards. Every time he did, he got knocked down. That last throw that he threw, it should have been a touchdown if he threw a little bit more arm on it. Like, the guy got I was like, oh, that's touchdown. And guys was sitting there, you know what? I didn't mean to laugh at people, but I bust out laughing in the middle of my stream because I was like, I personally don't see it.
Larry, that's a true rookie. And here's something that we were talking about. Coach Brent was talking about. And remember, I told you this. I said, Strand is a guy that's going to take his bump when we got him because he was the player I spotlighted. I said, this is what people don't see. He's got the intangibles to be a good quarterback. You see, he's not afraid to pull the trigger, and he doesn't hesitate with his decision making, and he's not afraid. Now, what I will say, I'm with you on this because me and Brent was talking about this when I was streaming the game for him. We said that pass that you're talking about, if you put a little bit more air up under it,
that's an easy touchdown.
Put it out to the sideline, not on the inside of the numbers,
but to the sideline.
Your guy literally walks in.
Yes.
And then we got robbed out of a PI at the end of the game. That was obvious PI at the end of that game.
Yeah, it was. But the referees wanted to go to Magic City.
On that, Larry. I think he does need to get better. I think he made some solid throws to where he was able to move the chains and keep drives going. I give him that. But I don't think he's ready to start. I think
he's definitely not ready to start.
He ain't ready to start for us.
Hell no, he ain't ready to start.
He just trying to get that third spot and not.
He's trying to get that third spot. Exactly. He's trying to get that third spot that don't count towards the roster and the salary cap. That's what he's going to be, our emergency quarterback, and that's fine. I'm not putting any expect. It's just when people come and say this dude going to be our franchise quarterback in the future, believe me, Larry, I'm like, guys, I don't see that at all. I see a camp body. I hope I'm wrong. I said the same thing about Desmond Ridder, and hey, I'm not always right, but if I smell a poop in the elevator, somebody either farted or pooped. So I look, he's a developmental player. It's the first, exactly. It's a developmental player. It's the first game he's ever played in the NFL. He went from Division II to the NFL. So I'm going to give him some grace. But I'm not going to come up here and say that he's the future quarterback. I can't say that. These guys to me are camp bodies. Hopefully our two quarterbacks, one of them comes out victorious, and we don't look this piss poor when we face the Steelers. But the right side of the offensive line has to get fixed. Taylor ain't made it back yet. Taylor ain't cleared to play. Hopefully he plays in the second preseason game. I don't think they're going to play him in preseason at all since he's coming back off of that injury, personally. I think they're just going to throw him out there. And you know he false start every time. Like, he false start at least 2 times a game.
But here's the problem, Larry. People don't speak on the fact that we said this. Me and Coach Cam said this. And Coach McGriff that came up here that talked about this. We said, you put Jawan Taylor out there, it's going to be a problem. You get what I'm saying? It's going to be a problem.
But right now, he's our best right tackle, though. And he ain't even suited up. These guys who got out right now, I mean, it's a rookie. He's not ready. I'm not going to put all that pressure on him. He's a rookie. I understand that.
Yeah.
Taylor, he's the best talented guy that can play right tackle right now on this team. And that's the blind spot. Our right tackle needs left tackle
Larry,
skill.
you got too much dip on your chip for that one. I can't agree. I got to get out the car with you on that one. Hell
you don't think so?
No, hell
you
no.
Don't think so?
No. No to the
okay.
As my chief used to say in the Coast Guard, no to the second power. Hell no.
All right. Okay. All right.
And look, what was the biggest thing that I told you? Me and you talked or whatnot, because you popped up through the draft with us. Remember I said the biggest thing, they need to get a freaking right tackle. I said this in the draft. And everybody was like, oh, McGarry's going to be here. I'm like, dog. McGarry ain't going to be here too much longer.
And then he retired. He got that money. He retired.
Exactly.
Franchise about they had to have some kind of inkling they knew this guy was going to retire.
And that's the thing that's killing me, because it's like you got 2 quarterbacks that have had serious injuries throughout years. Throughout the last 9 years, these guys have been banged up, hurt, missed time, missed seasons with season-ending injuries. Both of these dudes. I'm looking at it from this point, Larry. Until we can get a freaking true right tackle, and I'm talking about if you're not gonna draft one, you gotta go spend money. Hell nah, Kool-Aid. If we gonna get somebody, we gotta get that boy Carter Notre Dame or get that kid out of Miami. You out your rabbit. Follow hadn't done a damn thing.
That's what I was telling
Get off that Kool-Aid. Get off that corn liquor today. No.
Get off that
All right, so here's my thing, Ryan.
Shout out my man Cool. I'm sorry, Larry. I mean
Kool-Aid.
Kool-Aid.
No, go ahead. It's your show. I'll shut up.
Kool-Aid, man. Larry, I apologize throwing your name on there because we talking. Kool-Aid, you gotta stop. You gotta get off that cheap liquor right now, man. Stop that mess. Wow. If you think that this man ain't never started a college game yet, and you already saying that we need to go get Follow, stop. Let him play first.
Exactly.
But shout out to ATL Kool-Aid drinkers. Y'all check out his channel over there. Kool-Aid puts out a lot of good material, and he definitely drank the Kool-Aid, and he been drinking more than Kool-Aid tonight. He's sitting there saying, Aaron Follow, go get him next year. No, sir.
He got some wild turkey in that Kool-Aid.
You gotta let the college season, play itself
He got
out,
some
man.
hen dog
Because
in
some
that
guys,
Kool-Aid.
you some guys that you ain't thinking
Larry.
about. Nobody was thinking
Got
about
some
the
brown
days
liquor in
before the
that
season
Kool-Aid
started.
tonight.
And here's the thing, that wasn't the Miami team that went to the national championship, Larry, that he beat. Stop, Larry.
Why you keep
I'm
calling
Kool-Aid.
him Larry?
I'm sorry.
Why you
Stop Kool-Aid. I might have had some of that damn Kool-Aid tonight. I'm sorry.
Man, you know I had to come
Yeah,
up on this,
yeah,
man.
Hold on, wait a
Let me
minute.
Larry.
explain. Let me
Kool-Aid in the
explain.
building.
Look. You understand? Hey, look,
Shout out
man.
to
You know
Kool-Aid, man. What's up?
you know what's up, man. You know how I am about my boy, man, the unknown.
Yeah. You back,
But did
look,
y'all
you
not
back
see my
bad.
boy? You didn't see him with Georgia Tech when he beat up on Miami with the Heisman Trophy, boy? You didn't see that
Again
game?
and
He
again.
should have
He
been.
had one shot. He had Kool-Aid.
The only
He had
reason he
one
didn't play.
shining moment. One
Nah,
shining moment.
He had stepped. Nah, look. You know that dude broke all the high school records of Trevor Lawrence.
That's
You know
high
he broke.
school. Gunner Stockton
But
broke
what
his
I'm trying to
records. What
tell
we
you guys,
talking about?
he haven't got a Georgia Tech didn't give him a chance. If Georgia Tech would have gave him a chance, man, they would have beat
John Hill,
Georgia.
the second best quarterback in Georgia Tech history right
Let me
now.
tell you something.
And Haynes King, you know he
What I'm
wasn't
finna tell
Haynes
y'all
King
right
too.
now. Listen
Haynes
what I'm
King.
finna tell you, man.
Yes.
Philo finna lead the Gators to the SEC championship. Why did you see what I tell you?
Hold up.
Why
Wait a
did you see what
minute.
I tell
You know
you?
what? Hold up. Kool-Aid. We got something new that we started with this show, and I'm about to hit you with it. It's called the BS meter. Cause you full of it right now.
And who would have thought? And who would have thought the Carolina guy would have came up here and went and played as well as he played in
Kool-Aid.
Hey, Kool-Aid,
NFL
you
football?
know what the dog's gonna do to the
Kool-Aid.
Gators?
Florida just got a brand new head
North
coach.
Carolina
Urban
guy.
Faulkner just got there. They still have to figure out their system like the Falcons are trying to figure out. And if you really
Exactly.
believe that he finna come in and go to the SEC championship game and they offensive line was as suspect as a Trump tax return, stop it.
Look,
Stop it.
hey, look, it's who they on bought, man. Y'all don't understand from year to year when these people can buy these players, man. Y'all don't
But they
understand,
gotta
bro.
still be
Hey, look,
coached.
it's the eye test, bro. I'm telling you, man. It don't take but
Kool-Aid.
one guy.
Kool-Aid. They not beating Georgia this year, not with a first year coach and a
Hey,
first year coordinator.
look.
They not
Let me tell
beating
you
Georgia.
something.
And they not
Let me
gonna
tell
beat
you something.
Auburn. I got Auburn popping them when they go to
Yeah,
Auburn.
Look,
Auburn gonna beat them
look,
too.
look. Let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you something. Philo gonna make a big difference, bro.
Hey, Kool-Aid,
And
you know what's gonna happen when they face the
you
Dogs?
know them games. You know them games in the SEC. It comes down to the quarterback, man. It comes down to the quarterback.
Which
And
Florida
Kool-Aid.
still don't
hey,
know who's gonna be
it
the
don't
starter.
matter who play. Hey, look, Florida gonna play. They gonna. You know, all them games is tight when it comes to Florida, Auburn, Alabama, Georgia. They become to
No,
play
they don't.
five, boy.
Not lately. They
Hey,
ain't been
look,
tight enough.
Hey, hold on. We can't turn this into a college space. We
but
gonna have a
look.
college day.
No, we ain't
Kool-Aid,
talking about that.
we gotta get back to the Falcons. But when
But
we have
just
a
know,
college
Kool-Aid, this what they
But
gonna get.
that's what I'm trying to tell you.
They gonna get
Look,
belt.
let me
You
tell
see
you why I
his
say
belt?
follow. Cause
Kool-Aid,
Follow
do you
gonna
hear?
be a steal. They would be a steal for the Falcons. He would be a steal for the Falcons. You better get him before he. Hey, look,
Kool-Aid.
if he play well enough, man, and give him a chance, man, you better hope this
That-
dude don't be in the Heisman Trophy race for real.
Okay, it's many dudes that's in the Heisman Trophy race and they fall flat on their face when they get to the league. Totally different speed, totally different game. Hey, let's get back to these Falcons. We ain't
Go
doing
ahead, man.
college tonight. Yeah, we ain't doing
Go ahead. I'm
college
just
tonight. Let's
saying,
get
man,
to
I'm
this
trying to
here.
get a quarterback for the Falcons, man, called Tololo and Bennett and Penix. Penix ain't no good. Tour is old
Whoa!
and gone. Penix is trash, man. I'm telling you that now. And I'm gonna tell you why he's
Woo!
trash.
K-Dub,
His knees
go
are
ahead after he
gone.
finished. You got him, K-Dub. Go ahead.
Penix is totally trash with no knees. He ain't winning nothing.
So
He is not. He can't. He probably won't last a half a season. if he start
here's
playing.
here's what I'm gonna give you. I'm gonna lay Kool-Aid. Watch this. Watch how I set this up right here. Hey, K-Dub.
Yeah.
What was Penix doing last year because of that right side of that offensive line?
Running for his
life.
So how can you be good and your blind side is unprotected and that man's knees got blown out because of Christian Wilkinson? Now look,
Exactly.
I'm gonna tell you this here. I ride with Penix because he got on this logo. I wanted Jaden Daniels, but we couldn't get him. I'm just gonna keep that a book. Everybody will tell you that. But I respect Penix because of the fact that when he has time, he can pick you apart. The issue is, and the issue has been, Kool-Aid, since 2018, we have not had a competent pass blocking offensive line. We could run all day, but we can't protect the right side. It's
Bingo.
been that way.
You
McGarry
got
to stop your pass, Kool-Aid.
And that's why Penix, and we ain't never been able to protect that right side or the left side. Our quarterback's always running. Y'all want to get on Riddle when he with him, and he ain't never had no blocking. He couldn't even step two times back, and before he got sacked.
We saw Riddle today.
I'm just saying, they couldn't block, and they couldn't block. That offensive line ain't blocked for nobody since in the last 15 years.
If you say 15 years, it means you take away from the Super Bowl team because they were able to block for Matt Ryan and we got to the Super Bowl. So I mean, it's what it is.
That was just genius. That was genius with the coach setting everything up and calling plays.
Do you realize how many wait a minute? Do you realize how many veterans we had on that line with Chris Chester?
I understand.
I'm just saying we had veterans on that line. Alex Mack, Chris Chester. I mean, come on. What are we doing here?
Don't entertain that, Ryan.
No, I'm not.
What happened when the coach got ready? What happened when the coach decided not to run the ball and decided to pass the ball? What happened? What happened to the offensive line?
Devontae Freeman decided to be selfish and not block. That is what happened. But that is then. This is now. We got to talk about what happened tonight. So
exactly, Kool-Aid.
Our defense. Here's the other thing. Our defense struggled to tackle tonight.
Yes, it did. It was very poor tackling. Very poor tackling. I feel like we got manhandled with the ones on the ones and the twos on the twos. The threes and fours kind of balanced out. I think that defense actually outplayed them. They weren't scoring anymore. But again, especially shout out to JT or JT, whatever. Beltran, Captain America, for getting that Jesse Bates punch out to setting up the drive, because really and truthfully, we only went 17 yards to get that drive. At least he didn't throw a pick six, So that's progress. But yeah, I mean, and shout out to the coach for doing the tush push, because Raheem was vocal. One of the coaches that was vocal about we would never do the tush push. That's a gimmick. It's not football. Hey, the only reason we scored because we tush push. So shout out to Kevin Stefanski not having pride about a play and trying to get points on the board. Get the points on the board if you can. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. But other than that, man, it's a lot of work to do. It's only preseason. I ain't sweating it. If this was the first game against the Steelers, I would be very concerned. But right side definitely got to get better, man, because that's both of our quarterbacks' blind spot. It has to be better. And the problem is, nobody's giving away good right tackles or good offensive linemen anyway. You're going to have to just throw, a quarter in a bucket and hopefully hit one and get lucky, because I don't know how you can get a good offensive lineman this late in the game. I mean, it just, and to be honest, that's kind of what we should have went after. Was offensive line. It's never sexy, fans never look at it and be like, "Oh, that's a great pick." But really and truthfully, especially if the Falcons knew that McGarry was contemplating retirement, if they had any inkling that they were going to that he had a chance of retirement, they should have drafted an offensive lineman. That's just my opinion. If they had any inkling that he was going to retire, they should have definitely, because Elijah Wilkinson was horrible last year. He pretty much got Michael Penix hurt. So again, if your blind spot is the weak part of the offensive line, and you left hand, yeah, that's why left tackles make so much, because normally that's the blind side for the quarterback. You're as good as your offensive line, and if your right tackle, that's your blind spot, is a freaking escalator or a turnstile or a traffic cone, that's a problem, because you're looking at the line, not down the field. Oh, yeah, and shout out to Zach Robinson throwing like 11 screens at practice. Yeah, we know how that go. I can't wait to play them. But yeah.
You ain't lying. You on to something. Look, Larry, you on to something here. But let's get back to it, though. A lot of people are sitting back saying that, but again, right now, there's no need to sit back getting your feelings about this. This is the first preseason game. It's a lot of people. It's a lot of people crashing out right now.
I ain't been on Twitter yet.
PTSD. No, Larry. But we not paying attention to that because we already know that, again, regardless of how this game went, we didn't see all the starters out here.
No, we did not. We did not.
This game was as vanilla as a McDonald's ice cream cone. Literally. Yep. That's how vanilla it was.
It was.
I got a question. How many preseason games do we have? How many preseason games?
We got 3.
We only get 3 preseason games. We got 2 more.
2 more.
And both of them on the road.
Man.
Yep. This was the only one that was home. The next one, we get the Colts, and then the last one, we get the Dolphins.
Man, they better play. Let me tell you something, man. We know we argue about this. I mean, we disagreed or whatever. We discussed this last year before last, about playing these starters and these players in preseason to get those kinks out of the starting players, man. And
that's fair.
I advise 100%. Hey, look, I advise 100%, man. By that third game, man. I mean, the starter offense and the starting defense should be playing the whole first half, bro. I'm telling you, because we can't go into next year playing preseason games for them first few games like we did, because it's feeling like deja vu for me. I'm just saying. And then the coach was still, most of those coaches were still so vanilla that it seemed like the opposition just knew exactly what he was finna do, man. That's where the deja vu come at for me, is with the coach. I got the same feel with him like Raheem, the same feel with him with Smith. And I'm telling you, man, we got good players, but like I heard one coach was talking about over there, I'm just gonna say it, either those is a basketball thing. It was a coach who was talking about AJ DeMonster being drafted, and what he was saying. He was a big time guy. They were talking to him. He said, what I've been saying about our team, the Falcons being driven, our Lamborghini being driven by somebody that can't drive, or a Ferrari that nobody can't drive. And that's the point he was making about AJ. He said, I don't know Coach Keys, but you can't give the keys to somebody that can't drive a Ferrari. And so we messing up again. I hope this dude. He didn't. I'm just telling you, from me looking at him from a coaching standpoint tonight. I don't care whether you got first string, second string, third string, or whatever. When you call plays, they supposed to work. You understand what I'm saying? Because you got to beat the opposition.
Here's the thing: players got to execute, bro. That's the thing that keeps getting left out. But before we get back to that point, we got to take a commercial break real quick. Hey, paid commercial break. Y'all step back. We got you covered. We'll be right back. We're going to pay some bills. The BirdCage LLC looks to do it again. We got the Falcons Steelers watch party September the 13th, 2026. What location do you say? At Dave & Buster's in Marietta, Georgia.
Now, hand me about 4 or 5 little biscuits. I sure am hungry. On the game day menu, there will be sliders, wings, fries, bottomless non-alcoholic drinks, but we also have a cash bar for those who want to get their drink on, and also we have a full-fledged menu with waiters and waitresses that are going to take your orders. Also, we have on the ones and twos DJ Swats in the building. We're going to have former ball players to come through to the party. Your ticket also registers you for a raffle giveaway. Hey, we got to hit this thing hard like we hit the Saints. Make sure you get your tickets. You don't want to miss. You know how we get down.
You either get right or you get left. Go.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Anytime you can take a swipe at the New Orleans Stanks, you do it. Because it's Christmas every time we play them, baby. But getting back to what we were talking about, I'll say this. So what's going on, TJ Martin? Appreciate you stopping through. No, I'm with you on this, bro. I'm not uptight about this preseason right now. It's if it's played like this during the season, that's when I'm going to start looking sideways like, okay, we have this talent. I get that you have a few things that you got to work out. I get it. But Kool-Aid, we do have a lot of weapons. The question is this. How can you take the pressure off these quarterbacks and off that right side? Coach Brent and I talked about it. We talked about it with K-Dub too on the show the other day. You're going to have to get Charlie Warner and Austin Hooper into the situation where we're going to be in 12 personnel, or you're going to see a 13 personnel set where you're seeing these tight ends actually help chip some of these edge rushers that are there. You get what I'm saying? So at this point, we just have to be patient for what's coming. We already know half these camp bodies are getting ready to be gone. We already know that. And the thing is, whether people realize it or not, Cooper Rush pretty much lost his job to an undrafted free agent tonight. That literally is happening.
Why do you keep calling Cooper Rush? Cooper Rush.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Larry. We got
Cooper Rush.
Guess what? We just gonna call him Cooper Rush. So here you go. That's for
his name is Cooper Rush.
I got you.
Cooper Rush.
And here's the thing. Even and Kool-Aid, we were talking about plays that are being called. It's not specifically the plays that are being called. It's how the players are executing. And you got camp bodies you're trying to get to execute this playbook, and some of these guys still don't even know the playbook right now. So it looks like a straight Chinese fire drill, or as my grandfather would say, it looks like a straight cluster. That's what it looks like.
Well, I mean, camp, man. You either get the guys right or you don't, man. I mean, I don't.
It's vanilla in camp, man.
Get them right. That's all I'm got. You get them right, ready to play, man. If you don't get them right, ready to play, they should be able to execute. If you can't get them right, they ain't gonna never execute. That's my point, man. I don't be digging that stuff, not getting the players right. I mean, you win, you get them right in practice. Practice makes perfect, and you go out on the field and you execute. You got players out there fumbling around and bombling and making and doing the wrong thing. I'm sure you're looking at players that you got to see who you're gonna cut and who you're gonna keep. But I mean, but at the same time, what I'm really looking at is that starting the players that who's supposed to be starters just didn't show me nothing, man. That first quarter, they didn't show me nothing. Then they were bombing, and I mean, it looked like they didn't know the plays. And they starters. Some of them were starters.
Will, I need you to get off the ledge. I need you to get off the ledge of the building. I don't need you jumping off because we don't have any more hospital beds or property at Piedmont Palisades. We don't have anything for you over here. I need you to step off the ledge right now and understand that it is a preseason game. This is the first game with a guy that does not know his personnel just yet, bro. You got to get off the ledge. You can't be jumping off of a preseason game. If this was in the middle of the season, you got all rights to be pissed and jump. It's okay. Calm down. It's just preseason right now. I understand y'all, everybody, we all want to win. It's just what it is. That's just our nature. We want to win. But understand this. Camp bodies.
Yes.
This is what you're playing
Cooper
with.
Rush is a camp body.
Well, while we wait, I don't want to waste too much time on a count body, bro.
I'm with you on that, but here's the thing: you got to protect your starters. At this point, you can't get them hurt. They got to play in the preseason, but you don't want them to get hurt, though. That's the reason why you got all these camp bodies looking awful.
Yeah, your stars are gonna be looking like count body. You don't get them ready.
Man. Hey, Kool-Aid, it's gonna be a lot of people sitting here getting drunk this season, boy. Seeing these adjustments, it's gonna be a lot of liquor flowing up in Atlanta mixed with Kool-Aid, boy. It's gonna be a lot of that. If people tripping about a preseason game now, Lord, God forbid we lose the first game of the season. I pray that don't happen, but we don't have a great track record against the Steelers, and that's historically. I believe that's just me.
I don't think we can go out there and do a shot the world. Then everybody,
Exactly.
go do something.
Oh, speaking of that, I'm glad you mentioned the damn secondary. Thank you. We's tied, boss. I get it. But here's my thing. When did Avion Terrell get the privileges of a former first-round pick of AJ Terrell? Where he's supposed to be good enough to sit in his first game?
Because his brother is the captain of the defense.
I don't give a damn. He need to be out there. I'm sorry. All y'all that might have coached him at Ben Hill, y'all all know him in the neighborhood. Listen, y'all gonna be mad at me. Holmes should have been playing tonight. You're a second-round pick. You are not a first-round pick.
I don't even care if you're a first-round pick. You're a rookie.
You should have been playing.
Yeah.
That's me. You should have been playing. And let's be real. Yes, you had nice numbers at Clemson, but we all know. But here's the thing, fam. Even if he wasn't nursing a hamstring injury, they weren't going to put him out there like that. We know that. I got you.
They weren't.
They weren't going to put him out there.
I didn't know he had a hamstring. I thought they just sat him out. I didn't know he had a hamstring. That's different.
I mean, they're taking this precaution. It's precaution at this point. But at the same time, let's be 100. If he can walk, he can jog, he can run, because guess what's going to happen? He's going to have to play with it during the season. Am I lying?
Well, that's why they treating it with kid gloves now. I would rather them rest him now.
Yeah.
If he got any kind of hamstring, then he aggravated, and now it's eating into the regular season. But you know, hamstrings, they pop up in and out. And I get you. I get what you're saying. Like, your hamstring can act up any time. I would rather my hamstring act up or my player's hamstring in a regular game. If you got any lingering hamstring, something like that, rest, because it's still a month. You know what I'm saying, or 3 weeks until you play. So I'm not with that. I'll be like, that's it. That's fine.
But remember, Jalen Walker played with a hamstring last year before he hurt his groin. So
and that kind of connect why he didn't make it. I mean, I'm not saying this. I'm not saying this year.
Injury why he messed up that knee this year.
But I'm not talking about this year. That was non-contact. But I'm just saying, like, little things linger. You know what I'm saying? We all know when you have an injury in one leg, you know what I'm saying, you freaking putting weight on the other side. You know what I'm saying? So it's a trickle down effect. Not saying that hamstring had anything to do with his knee this season. Just saying, you work out one way, you're trying to strengthen this leg, the other leg get a little bit weaker. You know what I'm saying? It's just kind of tragic, or, you know what I'm saying, bad luck for the young man. Hopefully he comes back and able to be a vital part of the team. But now we got to look at guys like Brandon Trice, who has been hurt the past 2
years in a row.
Yeah, in the preseason. We got to look at guys like that to step up. I really didn't hear his name tonight. Shout out to JPJ, almost blocking a punt. Huh?
Larry, did he even step on the field tonight?
I don't think he stepped on the field. I don't think he stepped on the field.
I thought I was tripping because I'm like, I didn't see Trice on the field.
I didn't see him.
I didn't see Trice
and blew up some plays. And JPJ almost had a blocked field goal. What an athletic play right there, like Troy Polamalu jumping over the line and then chasing the guy down when he tried to run away. So, yeah, man, it's unfortunate he got half a season. But, I mean,
I got a question.
But you know what, though, Larry? I'm good with it. I'm good with it like that. But you know why? He'll be fresh in a crucial part of the season, bro.
Well, hopefully
He'll
we
get credit.
survive enough to be able to capitalize on that. I kind of feel the same way.
Yeah.
It'll be just like we got somebody in a trade. You know what I'm saying? We got a high
Mm-hmm.
price pass rusher in the trade. But again,
I got a question.
hopefully we can survive the first half. We don't have the two guys we basically drafted in the first round the previous year to help us with pass rush. We don't even have them. So we're back to the bare bones. We don't even have Leonard Floyd. We got the most pressures on the team. So
And
yeah,
remember
I
Harold
mean,
Perkins too.
it's
So
gonna and we weren't getting pressure. That was
Hey.
another thing I noticed. We were not
Mhm.
getting pressure until the third, fourth string came in. So
Yep.
again, that quarterback had all time in the world to pick us apart, and they were gutting us like a fist. Like they were dominating us at the line of scrimmage.
But Larry, we
That's the
were
only
paying,
thing I can really point out. Like first team, we got
played
manhandled.
Larry, we just played a basic base defense where
Yeah,
we were really running. We were literally running a cover 8 with the safety, just not doing anything. So we
yeah,
were
true,
getting up the middle of the field the whole night. That's what
the
we were
whole
really
night.
playing.
Yeah, we was.
And remember this: when he sent the rookies to go in, Kendall Daniels was in the backfield a lot tonight, and also Harold Perkins Jr. They both were in the backfield a lot tonight. So I'm not
I saw the
worried
pressures,
about
but we couldn't get there. You know what I'm
But here's
saying?
the thing, I'm not worried about it because even if you can't get a sack, those pressures are crucial. And think about a lot of the throws that they made, those receivers made them quarterbacks look good because they was off
Oh
target.
yeah,
What's up,
man.
Kool-Aid?
It was a couple of Mosses. I was like, oh my goodness, one hand snag like that. I'm like, what?
Well,
What up, Kool-Aid?
the guy who took roll play, how did he do? I was trying to track him.
You talking about hand?
Yeah, the one who they
No,
traded
yeah.
roll
Hand
to
was
get.
straight. He was straight.
He was straight.
Yeah, he was straight. It
Okay.
wasn't anything spectacular, but
Yeah,
he was there. I'll just say that.
yeah.
Okay.
But
Yeah. So Roro was my man. So
I can't argue with from what I heard, what they're using him in Jacksonville, from what I've heard from some sources that I know, they said he down there wreaking havoc down there in Jacks.
Roro.
System, yeah. But he fit
I mean,
what
but
they
that
do.
just show like I don't know, man. Sometimes players don't fit in systems. Sometimes they need to go to another team to. I mean, sometimes it happens like that, guys. I will hope not, but again, we've seen other players leave the Falcons, go to the Jacksonville Jaguars, and blossom like a mug. So,
Foyer Luacan.
yep. So, I would it surprise me that the defender come from the Falcons and go to the Jaguars and become, really good? No, it wouldn't surprise me at all. But again, if you didn't really know how to use a player, they're never gonna, reach their potential in the first place. Same thing can be said about Zachary Shea, but we will not get into the Hawks talk right now.
We ain't gonna do that because look, you gonna get Kool-Aid in a whole nother tangent doing that.
No, don't do that.
Hey, but let's be honest though, fellas. With the preseason right now, a lot of people are disappointed in their feelings right now about it. But and here's the funny part. If they lose all 3 preseason games and then win their first game of the season, you already know the energy's still gonna be different. It's up and down. We all know how they go. People gonna be saying, "Oh, we gonna be trash. We gonna be this." Let them win at least 3 out of the first 6 games. You listen to the elite lies that will be told. You notice I said elite lies, right? Listen to how the elite lies will be told on 680 and all these other radio stations, and then other content creators that are gonna be telling lies, and then they gonna backtrack as soon as something go wrong. Am I lying, Larry? I gotta give them jokers at least a whole year to get this offense right. That's just me. I gotta give them a whole year.
Yeah. Look. I'm gonna try to be fair the entire season, unless I see some buffoonery that I saw with Raheem. Then I'm gonna give him a fair shot. Again, I'm be totally honest. Fancy wasn't even my third pick.
Yeah,
but,
he wasn't on the radar at all.
You know what I'm saying? I'm the type of person that I don't care about your accolades on the other team. You know what I'm saying? I just envision something else. Hopefully, with his system, I feel like Bijan to eat. I feel like Kyle Pitts is going to eat. I feel like our wide receivers are going to suffer. Personally, I think Drake London's. I think people are going to be screaming at Drake London to step up, but I think that this offense is more predicated to tight ends and running. You know what I'm saying? That's why I feel. That's what I've seen before. So until they prove me wrong, then that's my stance on it. Now you got Tua, that's a dink and dunker. That doesn't prove well for going down the field with our wide receiver. Now he did have a great season with Waddle. He had one great season with Miami. You know what I'm saying, with Tua. Right now we don't know what's going on with Michael Penix. Maybe more mental than physical right now. And if so, then that's sports psychologist, this, that, and the third. But as of right now, I'm not going to crash out.
That's why it's going to take a year. But people don't want to.
Yeah, I'm not crashing out
the physical part
over a preseason game. I refuse to crash out over Pooper Rush. Because Pooper Rush will never be on this team. Okay? Yes, Pooper Rush will never be on this team. Not Cooper, Pooper. I need everybody out there calling him Pooper Rush from here until he gets off this team. That's what he is. He's poop.
If you mention his name, he will have that soundbite. Now, that's one of my regulars, but he will purposely have that soundbite every time you say that name, Larry. That's just what we're going to do around here.
Mm-hmm.
What's up, Kool-Aid? I saw you with your hand up, man. What's good, man?
Kool-Aid done dropped this phone. I'm looking at his door. Golly. Kool-Aid door is next.
Kool-Aid, your door is next, bro. What's up, man?
Kool-Aid muted. You muted Kool-Aid.
But
now you froze. Okay.
There you go, Kool-Aid. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, what I don't want to see, man, is what the last two coaches did and just use a Bijan show. Bijan to the left, Bijan to the right, Bijan throw the pass. Man, if it would just be all Bijan, man, I'm gonna be totally disappointed.
Crisscross.
Because you got all these players. So if their coach come in and it just be all Bijan, man, I'm gonna be totally disappointed.
Bijan to the left.
They just paid him, man.
Bijan to the right.
Bijan to
Crisscross.
the right.
You got to play. I want to see.
Everybody clap your hands.
I want to see every talent shown on this team. And you know what this coaching staff better do? They better have Blair. They better play Blair, man.
Kool-Aid.
They better play
Blair. You know Blair.
I've been preaching about Blair for years. They not gonna get that man no burn. Not gonna do it. He's not making no money, unfortunately. And let's be real.
But he the only one called a decent pass tonight.
Play my young boys.
Look at who they got. We still got Drummond here. I'm sorry. Drummond is nowhere better than Chris Blair. And if anybody in the chat believes that, come in here and debate me on this. Because ain't no way they better than Chris Blair. Let y'all trash. Come out of Prairie View A&M worked his way up on this roster and has been better than half of the stuff that's done come through here. I'm sorry. Him and Kadero Hodge should have never been let go. That was Raheem Morris that let him go and screwed him over. I'm just saying, you had
and Cordell Hodge won a game for him.
Hell, not just that.
No,
game.
won 2 games.
No, he's won a couple. Remember, so the first party we threw at Dave and Buster's, by the way, which we're throwing September the 13th. Y'all tap in with us. Please get those tickets. We played the Saints, Larry. Remember, he caused a fumble on a kickoff and scored.
That's right.
Remember? In that Saints game, he set the tone in that ball game, and then made a hell of a play on special teams in that game that gave us field position to score. So,
he was one out of the 2 Pro Bowlers we had, and he could not play on a position where he was in the Pro Bowl on special teams. That's how raggedy Raheem Morris was. That's how immature of a person and coach that he was. That you would take a guy that's a Pro Bowl special teamer and not play him on special teams because you salty about him calling you out for firing the wide receiver coach.
that was
You
actually
are a
making a
child.
difference. Let's be
You are a
real.
child, and you hurt the team because of
Thank
your
you.
damn ego.
Let's be real. Blair and Hodge, 4.3 speed, 4.4, 4.3 speed,
4-4.
consistently.
4-4.
And you're talking about guys over 6'1", 6'2". And
Yeah.
Larry, let's put it this way. I got to see him in person. I got to watch him at the Cowboys game I saw. I watched him,
Okay.
and then I watched him at the Jets game last year that we lost, unfortunately, where our kicker came from. And Larry, when I tell you, Hodge didn't play in that game, but when I saw him in the warm-ups moving around, him and Blair, they were faster than a lot of the guys on this squad, bro. That's what people don't realize. And they got height on them, and they're actually good route runners. And again, as you said, a childish attitude and pride got in the way.
Yep.
And you literally got rid of it. It's not a fan favorite. I don't even call him a fan favorite because he wasn't. You got rid of a football player that could do it all for this club just because you got mad and got in your feelings.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
And it's real pitiful when you really look at it. Like, the head coach is supposed to take his feelings aside, take the players' feelings aside, and play the best players available to win the game. But you let a personal matter spill over from the coaches to the players because you want to protect your homie Zach Robinson, who is by far one of the worst offense coordinators I've ever seen in football in my life. If I handed him a Madden freaking playbook, he would screw that up. Like and this is where I really get mad at the fan base when it's so critical at Penix. Is just like, this play caller don't even understand how to mesh and marry plays together. Like, it was plain as sight. And now, hopefully, well, I wasn't really happy about Huff being the offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
You know, I had my finger out. I was like, please don't let him be the offensive coordinator. Let him work with a position group or whatever. Don't let him be the offensive coordinator. Sure enough, he's the offensive coordinator. So if I see this blandness in the regular season, then we'll have a problem. Right now, you're not trying to get people hurt. The victory, we won tonight because nobody got significantly hurt today. Okay. And that's how I'm going to look at it until the third preseason game. And really, not even third preseason game. When we go to the Steelers on the road, that's when the rubber meets the road.
And that's a hard place to win.
You got the Predator out there with the Steelers. You think he ain't gonna be lined up on the right side the entire game?
Facts.
Salivating.
Hey Larry, that man that man having fantasies about lining up over there and thinking about how many sacks he gonna get. That's what he doing right now. On that right side, I'm telling you, he looking like, ooh, I'm about to have a 4-piece today. That's what I think he thinking. I don't think it's gonna happen, but in his mind, after what he saw tonight, guarantee you he looking like, so who's gonna be my food? Who's gonna be my victim so I can get my food? Because right now, let's be real, that right side is food right now until they fix it. It's food. That's an easy meal.
You ain't lying.
They got to do something.
And here's my thing. If it's any quarterback that I'm willing to risk at this point, man, let Tua go out there. I'm not going to risk Penix right now. No.
I know. I actually agree with you, Ryan.
Over $50 million. Over $50 million.
Ryan, that's why I was saying, like, I'm at that point that I would rather Tua be the crash dummy. Before I was like, no, I want Michael Penix to be the starter, but this right guard situation is so bad. I would rather Tua be the crash dummy, and if he succeed, great. I'm still not paying him $50 million. But I'm just saying, like, if he have a great season, we go to the playoffs. Hey, that's a bonus. If he don't, and then we bring in Michael Penix and to take over, then that's fine too. But if we don't fix that right side, how can we really judge anybody? I mean, we got 2 left-hand quarterbacks with a cone for right tackle. So yeah, I mean, I don't know, guys. I think it's just going to be a whole situation. That's why I brought up Zach, because Zach wasn't injured, but it's just more the point that we're getting to a point. Are we going to pay him, or are we going to let him go? If you're going to let him go, then you got to, release him or trade him or something like that and move on and try to get another, draft another quarterback. And again, if I see Jack Strand or Pooper Rush in the game anytime in any regular season game, it's no limit soldier time, bro. Hey, I'm a no limit tank. Straight up. Don't win no games. Don't do like past Falcon teams. And if we end up 3-6 in the first 9 games, do what you need to do. I don't want to waste time and try to fight back and be 8 and 9 and get in the mid. We need to get our quarterback. At that time, you might as well, hey, it's time to get our future quarterback. You know what I'm saying? And you'll be able to be in the top 3 and you'll have your choice. Plain and simple. You'll have your choice. Whoever is the best quarterback coming out, that's who you pick up, and don't look back. Even though I like Michael Penix, if he can't mentally or physically be healthy enough, then we're going to have to move on. As an organization, we got a new, head coach. We got a new front office guy. They're not going to hang their hat on damaged goods, fair, unfair. You know what I'm saying? And I'm wishing the young man all the good luck. I don't have one autograph that's of a whack person on a jersey. Okay? I got Hall of Fame autographs. Or should, you know what I'm saying? Or very good Atlanta Falcon Hall of Famers. I don't have no whack autographs. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want that streak to be broken selfishly, but selfishly for the team, I would like Michael Penix to show his potential. I saw it at Washington. You know what I'm saying? It's in there, but if it's going to be a mental hurdle with his injuries, then what can you do?
Hey, Larry, it's not just that. The thing is this, and most people don't want to say it. It's not his talent. Period. It ain't the talent.
It ain't the talent.
And here's the thing. He's even had some of his own family. I'm not gonna say who, because I did talk to a family member who is legit family of his that's down in Tampa. And because one of my former coaches coached down there, and they know his people and got the rapping with him. His issue was never his talent. He was always hurt. Even in high school, he was always pained up. Got to get him some milk. That's the only thing. Because he's had injury issues, bro. And that's been since he was a Jet. But you know what? I respect the fact that he plays through it and he wants to be that guy. But I'm looking at it from this point too. If you can't be available, because I'm saying the same thing about Jalen Walker right now too. If you can't be available, what is going to be your impact? What is going to be your impact for this ball club? That's all I'm putting out here. And here's the other thing. There's a quarterback that could possibly come out in this draft that the Falcons can go get, because you see Ian Cunningham has showed you he doesn't have any emotional ties to anybody in this organization at all. And he learned that from being up under Ozzie Newsome and Howie Roseman up in Philly. When he was in Baltimore and as a scout, he pretty much guys he brought in, it was guys that was cut. And I'm talking about guys that were starters that were cut or sent elsewhere. So again, he's learned the cutthroat side of it. The issue with Atlanta, we get attached to players. I'm not saying me, because I don't. The last time I ever got attached to a player or an athlete was when I was a child. I watched Deion Sanders and I watched Dominique Wilkins leave at the same time. And from that point on, I was never attached to football players or really athletes in the city of Atlanta at that point. After that was my childhood. That was traumatic. So again, it's business at the end of the day. We love these players. We want them to do well here. We want them to succeed here. But if you're not available and you're not able to put out, hey, man, I wish you better in your next endeavor. But we got to move on. But here's a name that I'm going to keep saying. Trinidad Chambliss is the guy that Atlanta better look at. Period.
Period.
At this
He
point.
definitely gives me positive Russell Wilson vibes. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of people don't like Russ. But I know a lot of people don't like Russ the end of his career, but beginning of his career, Russ was, I mean, yeah. So if you can get that, because Trinidad's on the short side. He gets that ball out. He got a lot of heart, accuracy, got a deep ball. But yeah,
Hey,
I mean,
y'all know what I'm
Hey,
finna say. I like what y'all talking, man. Cause hey, when Philo rise up with that Gator, it be that Hydrotrophic
gotta
can't
get with
let.
no
Hey,
follow, man.
hold on, Kool-Aid. First off, let's get this straight. We ain't taking nothing else out of that stinking ass swamp if it ain't no defensive player.
Oh, you know why? I just
No.
want. I'm just like him. I want him because we got to start getting our Georgia talents, man. Our talent, too much talent. Basketball, baseball, football. These guys
Can I
that
be
play
honest
high
with you on
school
this,
football,
Kool-Aid?
man. These guys is
He couldn't
talent.
beat Kane King out.
Kool-Aid. Can
I'm
I be
sorry.
honest with you on this, bro? You do realize that Trinidad Chambliss won 2 championships at the D2 level, and then he came up to the SEC and he ended up leading his team 1 game away from the national championship. And he cooked a Georgia defense not once, but
Yeah,
twice.
he did. Twice. Yeah.
And I'm talking about a defense that wasn't a bad defense in the country. And then he shredded Miami. Let's just be real. He shredded Miami, who played in the Natty Kool-Aid. So again,
I ain't saying not get that guy. I'm just, I ain't saying not get the guy.
Hold up, Kool-Aid. First off, Pharaoh, I ain't listening to you. I listen to you with basketball, but football, this my thing, dog. I do this all the time, bro. You know, if your ass ain't no former NFL scout, if you ain't been doing this like this here, dog, I'm not doing it. I'll take a suggestion, but I do this, bro. I knew about him when he was playing in Michigan and Division II at Ferris State. Come on, man.
Georgia Texas boy, what's up, fam?
What's good, Georgia Texas boy? Y'all check out his podcast. He doing his thing over there, Falcons ball. He getting it in. The new era, as he loves to say. And hold up. Oh, hell no. Hold on.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. I got you. Wait a minute. See, you're new to this. Look, you're new to this, so I'm gonna go ahead and give you this here. We got what we call now, GA Texas boy, the BS meter, courtesy of the BirdCage. You're getting ready to have a little bit of that because that is a BS statement. Arch is garbage with good defenses in front of him. Period.
Yeah.
Garbage. Yeah. He struggled against Florida. He struggled against damn Georgia. No, sir. You out your rabbit if you really think that we finna take that. Hell, you just going after the last name. At this point, you might as well go get Shador if he get cut.
To the no.
I'm just saying. You know what? Let me not stop that, bro. Hey, Larry, let me go ahead and not stop that, man. And at the end of the day, I look at it like this: if we were to bring him here, he's shaky as a shoe model at Magic City on a Monday night. That's pretty much how Arch is. He's just as shaky. No. Hey, man, look, Brant, he chose to play for Sark. He had options to go to schools that could develop him. He chose to play for Sark. Yep. And Falcon fans, if you remember, Steve Sarkisian cost us a chance to go back to a Super Bowl because he decided to try to make Julio the hero opposed to giving the ball to Tevin Coleman against Philly when he could not be touched on that final drive, period.
Yep.
So again, I'm not touching Arch Manning, period. He is not like Peyton. He's not like Eli, and he damn sure ain't like his granddaddy. I'm sorry. He's not like Archie. Archibald Manning. No. Hell no, I ain't playing for Sark. You out your mind. They got money. I get $5 million, but I'm looking to try to get long-term money. I want to go to the league. I'm playing for Kirby if I'm if that point, shoot.
Yeah, I played for Brian Day before I played for I'm just keeping the bean. Yeah.
Another coach I played for before I would play for him. I play for Lincoln Riley if I'm a quarterback.
Yeah. Lincoln Riley
That's pretty
definitely for quarterback.
obvious. What we doing?
Yep.
Hey, my
Yep.
man over at Ohio State, I play for him anytime. The coach over there.
I
I,
said
Any
Ryan Day.
Yeah,
I
Ryan
said
Day.
Ryan
Yeah.
Day
only
Kool-Aid.
think about it. I would go.
I
Here's my
didn't
thing.
either.
Let's be real. One thing you can say about Lincoln Riley quarterbacks, they all get to the league and they all ball out when they get at this level because of how they're prepared and trained. The other school that prepares quarterbacks like that, Oregon. People don't want to give them their credit, but they
Okay,
have
that's fair.
7 first-round picks in their pretty much in their history. One of them we
That's fair.
had in Chris Miller, if you remember.
That's fair.
So that's why I'm like, look, if the next time we draft a quarterback, if we're not drafting anything up under a Lane Kiffin or somebody like that, my thing is this: go to the guys that are proven quarterback whisperers and get them to the league. Period. So I want to ask y'all a question before we wrap this thing up because we've been on for about an hour and a half, and I want the chat to really talk about this too. So right now we can't focus on next year with these quarterbacks because it's a crop up. We'll have a show. We got to focus on what we have in house right now.
Yes.
When we look at what we're having right now, you got Tua, Penix, and Strand at this point. This is pretty much what you're gonna have to go with. How confident are you guys in this offensive line being able to get the job done and not just get the job done, to be efficient enough to win this weak division that we're in at this point? How confident are you of us being able to get it done? And then looking at our defense tonight, it was piss poor with tackling. I get it's the first game, but the tackling has to get better because last year, even the backups were great at tackling. We didn't have that problem last year. Different team, different players. Do you guys think that this team could, with the athletes and players they have, could galvanize after the preseason and actually make a run to a division title and possibly a wild card spot?
Well, as we speak right now, on a scale of 1 to 10, I give him like a 5. I mean, he can always improve, but I've been speaking about the offensive line for the last few weeks, and they scared the hell out of me. I think they're a tad bit worse than they were last year at this point, but we got to see when everybody gets back healthy and offensive line they put out their week 1. But that's just my assessment.
Okay. Kool-Aid, I'm gonna let you go after Kool-Aid, Larry.
Yeah, man. Out of the night, man, it's sort of it's just coach to coach, man. We got the players because at the beginning of the season, I kept saying like I liked everything the manager was doing and the players he got, some of the changes he made. I like that he got the receivers. They couldn't even get a play call tonight to get Zachariah into the game, and he played a lot of the game tonight. And I couldn't understand why a coach couldn't call plays to get him the ball. And I just see that. Hey, man, I'd be happy if they just can get into the playoff. Like the deja, I think if the thing looked like we could end up like the deja vu, man, like with the other coaches. Barely trying to get that 7 win, man, to win the division, depending on what Carolina do. So, a chance? I don't think so, man.
I respect it. Larry?
This season right now, we all know the offensive right tackle, Wolves, have center. It's kind of up in the air for me, too. They were bull rushing right up the middle also. That's going to be a point of contention for both of those spots on the offensive line. Will we have the resources next year? We gave Matthew Bergeron the highest contract in guard history. Jake Matthews is long in the tooth. He's our second best offensive lineman. We can depend on Lindstrom, but you can't have the best part of your line being your interior, okay? Because the pass rushers live on the outside. That's where they make their money. So how I look at it is I think our offensive line is our weakest part. Mike Hughes still got barbecue, fricasseed, filleted, lamb basted today. When they needed a first down, they went at Mike Hughes, and they were very successful at it. The poor tackling, but also the penalties. We had 9 penalties today, inexcusable. That's a lack of discipline. That can be corrected by saying, "Hey guys, focus up." You know what I'm saying? Lock in, as the young kids say. Do I think we had the talent to win the division? Yes. Do I think we're going to win the division? I'm undecided right now, only because we have a zone blocking offensive line, and we're trying to change that to the power run. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people complain about, hey, why we aren't doing this, that, and the third. We still gonna use some run zone concepts, but I feel like we want to see a man whoop a man now. You know what I'm saying? That's more, but we don't have that type of running back though with Chubb differently. But compared to Bajan, but I feel like Kevin Stefanski wants to use the 2 tight end, the 12 or 13 personnel to really ignite this offense. But problem is, if the right tackle is still this bad, we're going to have to use 12 personnel just off of necessity, like we did last year.
Yeah,
Off of necessity, not because we're throwing a wrinkle in there. It's because we need Charlie Warner over there helping Chip block, because the right side is terrible again. And that might be the solution, guys. Those guys didn't play tonight, so we didn't see our full assortment. I think we're going to see our full assortment in the third game. That is, I won't say the second game is the warm-up, because we don't have a fourth game. So we can't treat the last game, because there's a week before. You get the last game, then a week off, and then the season starts. So before it made sense, because as soon as you end that season, in that fourth one, you would go right into the season back in the day. But now you got a week buffer on that. So in my opinion, I think the third game is going to be the dress rehearsal. First team is probably going to play a half. You know what I'm saying? If Michael Penix is healthy, most likely he's going to play the second half. There is a reason why Coach Stefanski has not named Tua the number 1 option. Because in my opinion, I feel like, well, at least when I was there, Michael Penix threw the ball better overall. Deep ball, intermediate. I think Tua had better short passes. But if you want to utilize Branch, you want to utilize Drake London, Tua didn't even look at Drake London and Branch, because he was just going at freaking Pitts, because that was his check down.
Yeah.
So Pitts going to eat. I need him to be able to see past 20 yards, okay? And not get jittery and just throw the ball away because he's worried about. That's why we definitely need Charlie Warner over there. Like, the right side is messing up everything, guys, just like last year. That and bad, horrible, horrific coaching. Hopefully, we'll be better coached now because we're playing under center. And Michael Penix is going to show, or Tua, they got to show that they can play under center to utilize Bijan properly with the play action to get those safeties to drop down, then go over the top. That's what need. Football ain't hard. But if you make it hard, you want to be all fancy pants, then you make it hard. But yeah, I think we can make the playoffs, but it's really going to depend on the coaching and coaching around this huge weakness on our offensive line. It's a huge weakness.
Oh, hold on. I got to give a special shout out to my guy that's coming in the building. We got one of our beat writers and reporters that's here, Mr. Darius Hayes, in the building. Darius, what's up, man?
What up, Darius?
What's going on, y'all? How y'all doing?
Darius.
Hey, so how was your first assignment with the Falcons in the Benz, man? How did you enjoy it tonight? What did you see that was good, bad? Talk about it, man. What's going on?
I was able to say there was a lot more bad than good. First game. I don't think the offense ever really got set out. Offensive line wise, there could be some things to clean up. Defensively, pass rush was a little bit lacking. And then on the other side, we just got some things to work on. But it's preseason, first game. A lot of the players talked about, wasn't the way that they wanted to start, but they're looking to improve and heading into the next game looking to be better.
Okay. And outside of that part of it, when you look at the defense, one of the things that we struggled with tonight was tackling ball carries tonight because Denver was literally getting off tonight with a lot of traps, a lot of counters, and just running up the gut. They kept it simple tonight. They didn't do anything extravagant. They literally just ran the ball down our throats. What do you think is going to take for this season with our defensive line, our linebacking core? I know we didn't have the starters out, but what do you think it's going to take for these backups to be able to step up and get better? Because if somebody goes down, we're going to have to rely on some of these guys. Some of the other guys are going to end up getting cut. We know camp bodies, but the ones that are going to be here, how do you think that they're going to respond coming up this week against the Colts? And what is it going to take for them to get better, to be more reliable, not just with the fan base, but really with the coaching staff?
I just think reps. I think it was clear that a lot of guys tonight, this is some of their first experience in the NFL, some of these rookies, and then some of these players, just their first time in a new system. So I just think having those reps and being able to just get onto the field, see different looks outside of what you see in training camp and practice with your own defense, see what guys are made of. We know the Broncos have a tough defense. They've always had that kind of defense. The offensive line specifically, they looked a little overwhelmed tonight, specifically at the right tackle position. So I think there's some guys that, they just need more reps, just more game action. I think joint practice, having that next week is going to be a really good opportunity for those guys to get those reps without, maybe like a lot game action heading into the next preseason game. And just really watching the tape and learning from just how this game went. Because, there was a lot of bad things, but there was also some good things in there. And there were a lot of guys that made some plays tonight. So, man, it was one of those days, but just reps would have really helped these guys improve.
Okay. So offensively, Jack Strand ended up making a touchdown. See, people were saying it was a touch push. It's like, no, Strand leaned forward. That wasn't a touch push. That's all 6'4", 240 of that guy leaning forward. And just being a big quarterback, having a big arm, he still got to work on a lot of his mechanics and being able to put the ball in different places, because he literally had a walk-in touchdown that Larry talked about a little earlier on that sideline pretty much in the fourth quarter. What was his mindset? Because I know you've been around him and whatnot. How did he look at that play, and what did he say that he could get better at? Because I don't want to say it like this, but it's a chance that he could actually play this year if we can't protect either one of these quarterbacks ahead of him. What do you think is going to be able to take for this dude to get better? Even though he's a rookie, I'm not sitting here making him the second coming of Joe Montana. I'm not saying that. But he does have the tools to be a starter. But what do you think that he has to improve on, and what is he saying that he has to improve on to actually make this ball club?
I think I actually got to talk to him tonight, and one of the things he mentioned was, they didn't come out as clean as they should have. He missed a lot of some throws that he would want back, specifically on that last time with the last drive with those 3 incompletions. But, the moment was special for him, being able to score a touchdown, having Michael Penix and Tua go get the ball for him tonight, and, get his first touchdown rep in the NFL game. That was cool. But as far as the play on the field, he thought he could have did better. He had some good throws. He had some bad throws. And now all the quarterbacks tonight, they could have played a little bit better. But I think he recognized the moment, the shift from going from a Division II college to the NFL. It's a major jump. He emphasized having to adjust to that. And that, as more time goes along, more camps go along, he's just looking to improve and get better at the small things.
Larry, what you got for him? And then K-Dub, and then we're going to And I'll hit you with another question. We got 3 more questions for you, and then we're gonna wrap this thing up because we've been on for hour and a half, almost 2 hours, and I know you're ready to get to the crib, man. It's late.
Yeah, man. You know, they
Larry,
mowing the lawn, they getting everything ready, they cleaning up. So,
Larry, what
you
you
know.
got for Darius, man? This is one of our reporters that we got that work with the Falcons, man. You're
Oh,
on
how you
mute,
doing,
man.
Darius? Nice to meet you, man. Quick question.
If
I
he's
don't want to get
talking.
on the Jack Strand thing. Um, the thing that wondering about, how do you feel about the right side of the line with the retirement of McGarry, with Taylor Lewan definitely not back yet? Is there really going to be any solution to this? Or are we just going to Charlie Warner it up like we did last season and try to make shift? I know we're going to spend a lot of time in 12 and 13 personnel, but by necessity more so than, hey, mixing it up. You feel like we're going to be base 12 the entire season because of the right side problems, or what? I want to get your opinion about that.
Hey, Darius, did you get that last question?
Just have them repeat it. Just repeat it.
Okay. All
It's
right.
hard to
All
hear a
right,
little bit.
Darius.
But
Yeah, my name's Larry. Basically, what I want to know: do you
hey,
feel like
Ryan, I can
it's gonna
hear
be?
you. I can't hear him, so he might have to say the question.
Oh, you
Okay.
can't hear me. All right. Well,
No,
don't worry
he's
about it.
struggling to hear you. I got you. No, Larry.
Okay.
So Larry's asking about that right side of that offensive line, and he's trying to find out what moves are the Falcons considering to make this line a little bit better on that side, pretty much going forward for the future.
Well, Kevin Stefanski specifically hasn't mentioned anything about, going out and getting any additional pieces on the line. He said they will evaluate everything. He did say earlier that he liked the guys that were in the building. We saw that they did struggle tonight. We also still have Jawan Taylor, who did not play tonight, that they're hoping to come back. And that's kind of going to be kind of the guy that they want at that spot. But Michael Jarrell, Ethan Owanu, and guys like they played tonight. Not their best night, but the Falcons are taking an approach of we want to train the guys that we have here, but not ruling out the possibility of being able to go acquire those different pieces and things like that. So it wasn't the result that they wanted. We'll see if they are going to look into adding more, bringing any vets in the next week. But what I would say about that position, while I know it's a concern to many fans, the Falcons feel like they can develop these guys and build. And just remember, they were going up against a tough defense. Uh, Rookie, first time even getting some reps at that position, after getting a lot of more reps last week. Mike
Mm-hmm.
Jarrell, the guy that they have filling in right now. So that's kind of the Falcons' approach to it. But yeah, I would say that they're looking to improve that area.
Man, K-Dub, what question you got for what question do you have for Darius? Because he's trying to get up out of there. It's loud as heck in that stadium.
Well, hey Darius, my question is, how do you think how much of the starters you see next week? I know you say he's gonna play them in the first and the third preseason game, but does not having a great outing today? Do you see more of the starters, or you see more of you want to see the backups next week?
Kevin Stefanski last week said that their approach was to play the starters in the first and third preseason game. They're going to get a lot of reps next week with joint practice, so more than likely you won't see those starters next week. I think those guys are going to get a lot of reps in those practices and a lot of the first team guys. So I would expect next week that probably Cooper Rush will probably start that game. He didn't have the greatest outing tonight, but also it's first game. Want to see more reps. So I think when it comes to what these guys are looking for, they're looking for consistency. That was the key word that was brought up tonight. And then Tyler Goodson specifically talked about not starting behind the sticks. Wanting to start at second and 6 and third and 5, and not third and 8, third and 10, second and 10, and really staying ahead of the sticks. So that's kind of what these guys are going to be looking for. I think trying to get these guys playing together in continuity across the offensive line and other positions. Some of the defensive guys, they're just trying to really figure things out. I mean, that's what the first game's all about: figuring out what you have, putting things on tape, so that the coaching staff can go back and look later and see if what they need to adjust heading into the next week. So. We shall see if the starters play, if maybe the approach changes throughout the week. But right now, the plan is not to play those games.
Okay.
Right. Thank you, sir.
So I got my final question for you. And this is pretty much chat's going to be interested in this one. Outside of your experience with getting your first Falcons game, because you worked with the Bucs before you came to Atlanta, when we talk about players' mentality, attitudes, and differences, what was James Pierce's Jr.? What was like? Let me start this over. Make sure I ask this correctly. How was James Pierce Jr.'s mental makeup for playing in this ball game, knowing that he's going to sit for 8 games? And what was his attitude like? And how was he helping the younger guys that he knows that's going to have to fill his role and Jalen Walker's role coming up for these next couple of games until he's actually out on the field able to help these guys out? How was his mindset, and how has he been taking the punishment that's been handed down to him as well?
I think as we saw on the field tonight, James Pierce Jr. is, he's looking, to get right and, get this suspension behind him. But, he looked motivated tonight. He made several plays that were out there, really stuck out on the D-line when they weren't able to get pressure, helping stop the run, trying to build up that pressure and get after the quarterback. So I haven't been able to have a chance to speak with him. We'll see if he talks in the coming days. But I think James Pierce's mindset is just staying fit, staying healthy, staying locked in. Kevin Stefanski mentioned that he's trying to do everything he can to be a good teammate and maintain just being ready for football. The first game he will be able to actually come back will be in that Madrid game versus the Cincinnati Bengals. That'll be the first game he's available to come back. So he won't be allowed around the facility and team activities, but he will get these next 2 preseason games and the rest of training camp to kind of work on those skills, kind of still learn the system, do what the coaches are asking them to do. And then hopefully, by the season and during that suspension, he just stays in shape, stays ready. And then by the time he comes back, be able to affect this team winning.
Most definitely, Darius. We appreciate it. We know that you're going to probably end up being on the road next week. We definitely would love for you to come back after games if you're able to. We definitely appreciate that, because this definitely was a good surprise for you to come in and actually give us some insight. Let the folks know where they can find you, Darius, also on your social media, so they can follow you. We can get your likes up, and we can also get a new endeavor you got coming with Sports Illustrated, possibly.
Yeah, so my account on X is DHayes Sports 37. You can follow me on there, and then you can find me right now. I'm a writer and reporter for the 3-Point Conversion. And then, as Ryan alluded to, I shall be starting writing for Falcons on Sports Illustrated very soon. So I'm looking forward to that, to continuing more Falcons coverage. So you guys can follow me on there. And then next week I will be at practice, and we shall see if I'm there at the joint practices. But it'll be we're just kind of looking to see what the Falcons are able to do. Tough start tonight, but kind of hoping that as more guys get reps, they just improve and get it done. So I'm excited to get to work, and I know these guys are too.
Well, I'm gonna give you this. I had a silent donor that decided they're not going to be able to come to the party. So they said, donate your ticket. So, if you're able to come, if you're not going to Pittsburgh, you got a ticket to the party. We got some former players that's going to be coming through. I can't say up here because I don't need folks, we'll come. No. You got to come to find out. Now, you, Darius, because you giving us insight, I'll tell you off the record. So I got you, bro. So thank you, Darius, for coming through.
I appreciate you guys. Y'all have a good night.
Yes, sir. Big Larry, I need you to tell the good people where they can find you, my guy. You got to unmute your computer screen, my guy, so they can hear you.
Oh, maybe that was it.
Yes, sir.
So I just went and followed Darius on Twitter. So But yeah, thank you for having me on the show as always, guys. You can find me at the Dixon Way on YouTube. We're on a lot of platforms, but YouTube is the main one. We do live commentary. Try to get a lot of Falcon fans to commiserate during the game. Build our own online community. Since you can't go to the game, why don't you just watch the game with us? Turn down your TV, turn up the radio, turn up the computer, and turn up the Dixon Way is our motto. So we do live commentary for all our favorite sports teams: the Braves, the Hawks, the Falcons, the Dream. Go Dogs!
Yes,
and my wife's Gators also. So we appreciate you having me on, man. Just I ain't always right, and these just opinion. This is just what I'm saying, healthy conversation. But I appreciate you letting me on the platform as always, guys. Make sure you hit that like button. It's a lifeblood of all our streams.
Hey, definitely appreciate you coming through, Larry, as always, man. It's always a pleasure. Like I said, if I know you got to do commentary on that game, man, for the Falcons and Steelers, because you're gonna be at the crib, so we're gonna miss.
No, I'm actually gonna be out of town. I'm gonna try to do the game. It's our 25th anniversary that weekend. Our anniversary on
you can
September
take a
15th.
weekend off. Shoot, these people will be all right. It's
well, we're gonna do that game, and then we're gonna be off for the rest of the week, basically, and then we'll be back. So we're gonna miss the Arkansas game because we're traveling back on that Saturday, on the 19th. But we'll be back for the next Falcon game. So we're not gonna miss those Falcon games, but we're gonna be off for the rest of them. So we're gonna be out of town. For that, man. But I'm doing one stream. That's the 13th. And it's about 2 days off. Also, my dad's birthday is September the 9th. So it's the good, it's the great and bad all rolled up in one. So we're about to go on our 25th anniversary. So I've been blessed to have Shonda as my person for this long, for 25 more years. So we won't be in town but I'm still gonna try to stream at least the Pittsburgh game. But other than that, I ain't streaming the other ones.
Hey, congratulations, tell Miss Shonda. We said congrats to her as well on your anniversary. You know what I'm saying? The right choice is all those Atlanta teams that she got with you. The only bad thing she ever did was be a Gator fan. You can tell I said it. We got our little thing. Appreciate you, Big Larry, for coming through, my guy.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate you for tapping into the Benediction. On the way out, hit that like and subscribe button. K-Dub, my guy, thank you for stopping through. Be safe, getting home, and make sure don't take it too hard tomorrow at the job because it's going to be some people talking that mess. So it is what it is. Appreciate you coming through, my guy. Hey, for everybody else that's in here, we definitely appreciate you taking time out. We're going to have a lot of great things that we're going to be doing this year. Y'all tap in with us, and y'all just continue to keep showing up and showing out for us, man. We got you covered. Unfortunately, we took a loss today, but hey, we still got a long season to go. We'll see how this turns out, and we're going to shake back. Hey, man, it's BirdCage. We out of here. Ghosts.